everyone, Lou here. Now, I thought I'd do something just a smidge different. Rather than ramble on and on for over 10 minutes about people's Vocaloid interpretations and whatnot, I thought I'd talk about my Vocaloid headcanons. Bit of a disclaimer, remember that this is my headcanon. I'm not Krypton Future Media, Internet Co, or AHS Software. So this is just me doing Vocaloid's intended purpose and doing whatever I want. Every Vocaloid headcanon is valid. Alright, let's begin. I definitely see her based off Krypton's appearance for her, which is optimistic, friendly, and cheerful. However, I can also see her acting like a diva to others. Not necessarily a pure bitch, but rather she can get a bit snooty due to her popularity. She's also definitely dating Teto, by the way, because I absolutely adore that ship of Teto and Miku. In my opinion, I think Miku is the type to come up with a lot of insane ideas that could probably ruin her career, and Teto just smacks her and calls her an idiot to bring her back to reality and to focus on what's in front of her. Not really sure I can think of a character to explain what I'm talking about here, but she's also this cutesy, cheerful pop star with a bit of an ego and just slightly unhinged, because who doesn't love a character with unhinged moments? An absolute tsundere who's just like a big sister character too. By that I mean she's nice to Una, Kayuki, and Oliver, but an absolute bitch to everyone else. She's also a sassy queen who has all the tea on every Vocaloid for some reason. Like, she will gossip about literally everyone. Now, I ship her with Gakupo, thanks to the song Go Google It, so I feel like she may act like a gossiping, sassy bitch, but she's really a shy bean around Gakupo because he's so damn weird, and she can't really help but clam up about that. I'm sorry, but I live for the trope of flustered person versus ray of sunshine, but I also love the interpretations fans have where she's basically like Mariah Carey, where she's this huge bitch to other people. They're definitely a married couple, and they're surprisingly old too. Despite both of them looking pretty young, Kaito and MEIKO are probably in their 30s and have been married for a pretty long time already. Kaito is the dad of a group, but also he's a shy bean. He's just soft-hearted and is definitely easier to express his love for MEIKO by singing to her, while MEIKO is a lot more flustered about it, but secretly is very affectionate towards Kaito in private. He's also a major himbo, like, the man is a ray of sunshine, but gosh damn, there is nothing but jingly keys in his head. Meanwhile, MEIKO is the wine aunt. Not totally an alcoholic, but definitely drinks a lot of wine that I'm sure Kaito has to keep away from her. She's definitely a lot easier to fluster and kind of the brains between her and Kaito. Picture like Kaito is the choreographer with his signature kicks, while MEIKO is the singer and songwriter, if that makes sense. They also probably adopted all the kid Vocaloids that everyone didn't adopt already. They're twins, and in my interpretation, Len is the cool younger twin, but Rin, an absolute gremlin. She's borderline evil and will purposefully try to sabotage any professional event. Once she even knocked Len down when they were announcing a live event coming up. And yes, that's a reference to their voice provider's Nico Nico announcement. Rin's pretty much a cross between Umaru-chan and Popko from Pop Team Epic, while Len is something similar to his character Alan from the Seven Deadly Sins series by Mothi P, though he definitely isn't innocent as he'll likely go along with Rin's insane schemes, and maybe has some Gremlin moments too. Overall, Gremlin Twins. He's that kind of person where you see him walking by and you go, wow, they're so cool. Like, you probably think he's something similar to Shakimaru from Dororo or something like that. But then you say hi to him and you realize he's the weirdest person you've ever met. He's extremely clumsy, spouts out really unnecessary facts about different eras of Japan, and has really weird taste in food like eggplant dishes that don't really work. Alright, he may be a bit of a simp for Luca too, which adds on to his strange character. Then again, I think half the Vocaloid community is probably a simp for Luca, so maybe that isn't saying much. Even he doesn't know how the hell he won her heart when she kept telling him to Google what he wants to know about her, but he isn't complaining. He's super romantic towards Luca. He's very much that meme of the Will Smith pose, but like for Luca. I just really like the idea of Gakupo looking cool when you see him, but then you meet him and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Because it's a trope I don't get to see a lot in media. An absolute dumbass. She's the kind of person who's asking why her DiGiorno isn't delivered yet, and 100% means it. There is nothing in Gumi's head but jingly keys, and that's on a good day when she feels like having more brain cells than normal. Like, no thoughts. Head empty for our beloved Carrot. She may be an idiot, but gosh damn, she's the sweetest person you'll ever meet. Always ready to help someone even though she has absolutely no idea what they're doing. Which means she is usually the target of Rin's bullshit, mostly because MEIKO keeps a close eye on Rin from pranking Krypton Vocaloids. Una is also a gremlin and probably like Rin's best friend. She's basically the kind of personality portrayed in her spicy voice bank, but she can be pretty sensitive too because she doesn't like facing any sort of criticism because, well, 11-year-olds. She also has an outfit for every occasion for some reason, like the most obscure event she has an outfit for. Where is she getting these outfits? I have no idea. I put them all here because my main headcanon is that they're all one big family. Sweet Anne and Big Al are married and they're a lot cornier than Kaito and MEIKO. Big Al is almost a stereotypical dad who comes into the room to say horrible puns and will literally do the "Hi blank, I'm dad" thing because he's Big Al and he's the worst. Sweet Anne, on the other hand, probably has a southern accent because I actually really like picturing her with one for some reason, and is that overly affectionate mom but turns into a "may I speak to your manager" around everyone else because she's Sweet Anne and she's the worst. Yohyo is the oldest and slightly forcefully adopted by Big Al and Sweet Anne despite already being a grown adult who's probably in his early 20s. Unlike his voice provider, who is a pompous jackass if you've heard any drama about him, I think Yohyo the Vocaloid is a pretty nice guy, definitely a nerd for all things weeb related, and probably tried to move to Japan before Big Al and Sweet Anne adopted him. Oliver is just a very shy kid. He's always making attempts to be more social with people, but he ends up just staying home with his bird instead. Though he is friends with Kayuki, because I think it's adorable to have these two as friends. Now, Kyoteru already has an established personality from Age Software as a calm and mild-mannered teacher by day, and this cold with strong personality rockstar kind of person by night. So that stays the same for my headcanon, but I like the idea that he kinda adopts Kayuki. Though I say adopt in quotes here because she does have parents, except they're not really around, so he steps in as the parent figure she needs. Kayuki is just your typical little 8-year-old girl. Her parents aren't around a lot, so she's usually pretty lonely. So she looks to Kyoteru for guidance and as a dad figure she needs in her life. She's also friends with Oliver and she hangs out with him at his place to play board games or watch movies. Definitely picture Kayuki and Oliver going to Kyoteru whenever they have a disagreement too. I feel like she's that pop star who's always getting cancelled over something, you know, like CU probably just runs her mouth all the time, so she's always getting cancelled on Twitter, but somehow she's still stupid famous with a fuck ton of adoring fans. Oh yeah, and she probably makes fan cams of herself. I mean, I don't understand the point of fan cams because I don't touch K-pop with a 10-foot pole, but I heard those are a popular thing in the K-pop community, and seeing as I headcanon see you being a K-pop star, she probably joins in on the K-pop fandom. I picture her being slightly similar to her voice provider, especially when I read some really interesting facts on Ruby's design that Misha explained on Twitter. She's definitely fun-loving and kind of a party girl, but she's mostly someone who doesn't stand for injustice. She'll openly speak her mind when she sees something wrong, and calls people out when they're being shitty. Not to say she's a social justice warrior, because we don't need any of that. Rather, I think she's an activist who knows how to be really awesome. Okay, so this is gonna sound really weird, but I actually came up with this headcanon for VY2 in that he's a trans man and VY1 is his voice before going on T, if that makes sense. I don't know, I feel like a lot of gender-ambiguous Vocaloids like the MEIKO twins and V-Flower don't really have the subject of gender and change enough within the fandom, so I've always wanted to explore that idea, so I personally headcanon VY2 as a trans man. As for his personality, I really like to picture him as someone with a sour face and looks pissed off all the time, but he's actually just a kudere. Like, you walk up to him and you'll think you're gonna get insults, but he's actually just a soft and shy guy. Design-wise, because his box art is literally just a sword, I'm a personal fan of the VY2 design called Roro by Tsukasa Ryugu, just because I really love the idea of combining futuristic and traditional Japanese aesthetics. I've always been a sucker for that, and the color pink, so this Roro design is just awesome to me. And before I end the video, quick bonuses! Miku's cousin, who's just extremely insecure in herself, and she doesn't talk. She'll mostly just wave and smile, but that's all you're gonna get because she's extremely shy. Rin and Len's cousin. She's a textbook tsundere, and she doesn't talk either because she prefers texting instead of saying anything at all, so all you'll hear is just the taps of her fingers texting people. Also, she probably makes really shitty call-out posts about minor inconveniences with other people that definitely don't warrant a call-out post. So she's a standard Twitter user. An absolute power couple. They're the ultimate music couple that you wonder if you'll ever be able to reach that level of peak couple status. Not sure about their personalities, but just picture them as that couple who walks in the room and just radiates confidence, power, and an awesome relationship. I'd say that's about it. Let me know down below if you like these Vocaloid headcanons. A lot of you request or ask about my Vocaloid headcanons, so I thought it'd be interesting to make a video on that. Obviously, you don't have to agree with them or take them as fact. I'm really just sharing my interpretation of Vocaloid characters. I'd also love to see your own Vocaloid headcanons down below, especially for Vocaloids I didn't put here, as I honestly can't seem to come up with any headcanons for them. Hey guys, thanks for watching! If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new. If any of you would like to help support my channel in any possible way, my Ko-fi page is down below in the description, along with all of my social media. For any subscribers, new or old, who'd like to help with video ideas, or maybe just want to talk about anime or something, I have a fan server linked down below. See you next time!